What's going on, people? It's NY Mopar Josh, back with the 55 Ford Gasser. As you can see, now that it is daytime, it is a 55 Ford with 56 nose, because that's what I could get. Steel tilt, sitting on 1-inch square tube, 2x3 box tube to make the front end, and then 3-inch round piping. It's got the Ford drop front axle out of a 51 pickup. Alright, but more importantly, back to a quick update. This sun is brutal for videos. On the floor. Well, here we go. Had the floor template made out of a sheet of cardboard. Went to my local steel guy, Rockland County Iron Works in Muncie, New York. Gave him the template and he cut it out and even put the toe board bend in it for me. So this turned out to be, as opposed to a real floor pan that would have all the factory contours without all the bracing and stuff that I made, this turned out to be about a $27 floor pan. You know, plus tax and stuff like that per side. So we paid about just under $70. You know, he didn't have to use the whole sheet, which was great. He cut it. He even made notches for around the doors. Alright, as you can see, he started welding some of it in. You know, I was going in spots and then filling in. I ran out of gas. So, took some time to stop, make a quick video. But we cut the floor pan for the toe board. Had to give it a little bit of bend. I told him 30 degrees when I made it. I was really spot on. It probably could have gotten away with maybe 26, 27 degrees, somewhere around there. If you don't know how to take a degree for your toe board, take 2 pieces of metal, lay them adjacently, one against the firewall, one against where the floor pan would be, and buy yourself an angle gauge. It's the easiest way to do that. So the floor pan is not 100% perfect. But again, I wasn't going for all original. Like I said, I want to dump more of the money into the motor. But everything is all welded up, tied together. As you notice, the rocker is cut off. Oh my god, no, more body work. No. Picked up a set of 55, 56, and I think 57 Ford rockers. Yeah, I believe it's 5.6 for sure. Possibly 7. I think the body changed a little bit. They might have a different number for it. But we picked up the rocker panel to replace this one because it was shit. So there's the framing. Like I said, everything is real simple. Angle iron in between the 2 body mounts to the inside. Square tube at 3/4 of an inch. And various lengths following a taper design back towards the original transmission tunnel. And I used that, pretty much eyeballed it. For the distance, and then just made both sides almost symmetrical. You know, I think there's like a 5/8 difference in sizing. Nothing that you're going to notice while driving down the road or anything like that, but it's perfectly fine just for a floor pan that's going to hold some seats. So there is bracing in there because I am a very large man and I don't want to end up on the floor. Okay. So, transmission's still in there for mock-up. We did have to cut the tunnel a little bit more to get the floor pans in, but it is pretty phenomenal. Excuse my shitty welds. I was extremely tired. It was late, windy. All the best conditions for welding. Again, safety first. But either way, so that's where we're sitting. Side note, another little minuscule update. Oh, it's tied up. The trunk floors also pretty much done. As you guys can see, all the bracing's in, and this isn't as overkill as the front was. This is just a trunk floor. It's nothing fancy. I'm using a stainless hot rod style tank with a lowest point pickup style, and then I'll be running an electric fuel pump up to Big Lock 460. But either way, get past this cover. This is it. It's fairly simple. 1/2-inch steel plate for front shackle mounts, square tube for the front frame rail, temporarily made front shackles, and leaf spring mount for the rear to the width that I needed. That's all welded in and ready to go. And I've literally had the front end completely in the air and dropped it like 7 times to make sure it wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, so that's the 55 Ford. Stay tuned for more. We'll be putting an engine and drivetrain in it soon. Show you guys how to measure and cut for drive shaft, and that's pretty much on any